My name is Gus. I live in a bus. I travel to take pictures of beautiful people, beautiful places, and I share my experiences with you. So let's go. This is called Dinner with Gus. I went down to the store today, bought some $2 worth of frozen shrimp. It was something that was on sale. I don't ever go buy shrimp. I love shrimp, but I've never, for years I haven't looked for it. So I just happened to see this previously cooked shrimp for $2 a bag, and it essentially filled my plate, completely filled my plate with shrimp. And I'm having a marbled cheese and ham sandwich with some Dijon mustard. I don't always suck at cooking. If I don't cook, I don't suck. These are good shrimp. So the video is not about you watching me eat. I just wanted to talk to you about, this is specifically for you the people that are wondering about whether you should get into van life, or how to get into van life, or what you have to do to get into van life, or what you have to do to get started. It's a very short story. You don't have to do anything. If you own a vehicle, you don't have to do anything. If you don't own a vehicle, you rent one. Drive away for the weekend in some direction, but it doesn't matter, north, south, east, west. Take some blankets with you and sleep in the back seat of your car, or rent a vehicle that has enough room for you to lay down and sleep comfortably. Then drive that vehicle 50 miles, someplace to some incredibly beautiful place near you. Everybody's got beautiful places near them that they haven't gone to visit for a long time, or have never visited. It's on their bucket list, but they haven't bothered to go there. So, to start with van life, go there. I didn't have my glasses on. This is no good. There, that's better. Now you can't see that I can't tell which side my camera's on. It's up there, I guess. It's right there. I need my finger to know where it is. But if I start looking there, it might seem odd to you. I'm actually looking at the screen when I'm talking to you. Anyway, the important part is that starting is a matter of just simply stepping outside and going out and doing it. There is absolutely nothing you require to prepare. I had not driven a car for, close to 30 years. What would it be? Yeah, it was actually a total of 20 years. I had simply not renewed my driver's license. So I hadn't driven a car or owned a car for 20 years. And then I decided I'm going to go buy myself something to live in and travel. I did that because I saw YouTube videos, and some of them were fancy trucks with, basically built out to a state of luxury, and others were simply, a van. Somebody sleeping in a bed they made in an hour. So, I realized there was a lot of different ways in which I could approach it. But the first thing I had to do was go and get a driver's license. Then I had to go and get a vehicle to live in. So once I had a vehicle that I had intended to live in, I put a bed in it, and then I slept in the bed, and then I gave my notice to my apartment. So I never slept in my apartment again after I put my bed in my bus. I didn't need my apartment anymore. So it wasn't difficult at all, even for me, and I didn't even have a driver's license. Looking pretty good, eh? No spices or anything. This is just straight shrimp. I mean, I can spice it up if I had spices, but I just don't buy them. I would love a little pepper, but I ran out a little while ago. Oh, by the way, these were frozen and they've been sitting around all day, so they're semi-frozen now. They're really nice and cold. All I would need is like one of those little sort of dips and they would be perfect. It's just like shrimp sitting on ice. So to get started in van life, it's not you don't overthink it. Don't try and believe you must have a perfectly built vehicle in order to get started. You don't. You just need, all that's really needed is a bed. And personally, I believe putting a lot of money into a home-built van is relatively silly. I mean, you get what you want, and if you're going to live in it for 30 years, that's fine. But I'm retired, for example, and I could put $30,000 into a new Sprinter. Well, gee, why wouldn't I just buy a fully built-out motorhome? It would have better resale value than building my own. Because you're not a professional and you can't, and I can't, or I'm not a professional, I can't do better. I just looked over at my bus and I want to point something out, so I'm going to try and get the bus into the image and set it up so you can see it. If you look back there, the only one that's got the sun shining on him is me and my bus. Cloud opened up, it's only shining on my bus. All the other houses are a bit in the shade. There we go. See how that is? Anyway, we'll get back to dinner. Now the reason that I'm talking about this today is that I had a large number of people on Facebook and in person talk to me about, you know, about my life and how they might get started. And I also had a couple of phone calls. So my day has all been about, you know, talking to people about how they can move forward and or I should say they're moving forward in their life in terms of what they think are their dreams. I say I think because nobody really knows if they're going to love this. And the best way to start is to get in your car and drive 50 miles and sleep in it one night. And if you slept in it somewhere and you thought you were worried about bears and policemen and about getting hit with crowbars and somebody robbing you and stuff, if you were worried about all those things, this is probably not the life for you. Because even if you go to a place and then you pick the spot that you think is best or safest or most or prettiest, and you're still not comfortable, this is probably not the kind of thing you want to start to do. Get out there. Give it a try. Poop in a plastic bag and shit in the woods. Or shit in the, not in the woods, pee in the woods. But what I'm saying is go and find out what it's like to live without all of the conveniences that you have in your home now. In one of my phone calls, I was talking to somebody near my age or around my age, and I had to remind her that when we were kids in North America, people that are my age, I'm 70, when we were young children, we had like showers twice a week or once a week. Or I mean, we didn't have showers, we had baths, and often, like in my case, my parents had to heat the water on the stove because the stove was a cheaper heat source than the water heater. Electricity was very expensive at that time. And so the family couldn't keep heating that water every day in order to have a shower every day. And the last years that I was going to work, I would have at least 2 showers a day. One in the morning before I went to work, all shaven and perfect. And then I would have a shower when I got home so that I could go out in the evening. And if I went out and did anything athletic, I had another shower. So I would have like 3 showers a day. you know, I totally get it. That's because in that lifestyle you need it. In this lifestyle, you just learn to do all of those things in a different way. So there's my example of all those houses are in the shade, and my bus is getting a whole bunch of sun. This is a new segment called Cooking with Gus. I'm just draining the water off my shrimp. This was frozen shrimp that I found at the store for $2 for looks like a pound of shrimp. Anyway, almost as much as I can eat. So I'm having very cold, like ice shrimp for dinner with a cheese and ham sandwich. But the movies, or this video, is not supposed to be about that dinner. It's supposed to be about getting started in van life. I don't know if there's a dainty way to eat shrimp. Should I use my fork? That'd be, in a sense, that's kind of like your president eating pizza with fork. I can answer questions like forever to people, and this is a common thing anyway. I'll often answer questions, and then people go home and they don't do anything. They don't actually get out, get in a car, go for a drive or something. All that's required to find out what it takes to live in a van is to get in your car and drive and spend Friday and Saturday night or something somewhere else. Not by renting a motel room, but sleep in the back seat of the car, or in a bed, or whatever it is that you can organize in that vehicle. Just take it away and camp for 2 days. You become an expert in 2 days. I talk to some people who are close to my age. I often ask them what their life was like when they were younger. Did they have a bath or a shower every 2 hours? They never did. They had like a bath or a shower once a week. Our parents did not wash us 3 times a day. We didn't live in an overprotective kind of society, so we weren't brought up that way. So people my age can easily understand that what van life is actually do is we're moving our life back about 50 years. We can easily power everything with solar panels, and we're moving back to a day where essentially we have to live kind of like there's an outhouse. And in terms of bathing and stuff, we will wash the same way as people did 50 years ago. So I don't want you to think that van life is made up of every day we just sit around and chew on iced shrimp. But I don't want you to think that this is really difficult to accomplish. I get getting the iced shrimp because I went to the store when it happened to be on sale. And if I didn't go to the store often, these little miracles of being able to eat this nice shrimp for a very inexpensive amount won't happen. So today I'm sitting on a beach at 70 degrees, there's a light wind. Sun is setting up there behind the camera. And I'm eating iced shrimp. Or I don't know what you would call this, but it's like shrimp with an ice bowl. The only thing I'm missing is a dip. And the dip's not all that big a deal. My sandwich is just ham and cheese. I mean, it's no big deal. There's nothing special. But the reality is that we can't enjoy this. Look at my background. Look at the outdoors and stuff. Look at all this stuff. I turn every day into a picnic because I'm not sitting in a kitchen. Only because I'm not sitting in a kitchen. I'm almost out of shrimp. Ah. Oh. Wow. I hope you have fun with I'm having fun making this video, so I hope you had fun watching it. It's pretty silly. Anyway, there I am, Gus in the bus, having shrimp on the beach. What are you doing tonight? You could be doing something that's awesome too, and that'd be great, but I hope you're doing the best you can to make your day as beautiful as possible. I've got to go take my shrimp inside, or put it in and put my old plate in the garbage, and I'll be seeing you tomorrow. But in the meantime, I'll try and give you a view of what my beach looks like today and some of the runners that are going by.